Hello and good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I know I did. Every Monday, I plan to start doing market overviews. I think it'd be very important to start off the week on a good note and just take a look at what the altcoin market is doing in general. So if we come in here, I'm at coin market cap. Now, as you can see, coins are in the green. Not too big of risers and gainers, but it's pretty good for the most part. We've been seeing quite a few red days recently, so it's nice to have the little bit of a change and start to see some bull volume coming back in. Some of the bigger gainers that we have so far, we have EOS up 7%. We have BitShares up almost 14%, so that's good. I actually hold some BitShares. I see quite a bit of potential in that one. And then you have D.I.Y at 12%. After that, everything else is just kind of average, but it's good to see that we have some buyers coming back into this market after this downfall. I know that Bitcoin was recently breaking out of its descending resistance, and I talked about that in my last video. So it's what's to be expected. I think we'll still have some more days in which the coins are going to go up. As you can see, Bitcoin's dominance is at 42%. Now, guys, this is really important because if Bitcoin's dominance isn't at least 40%, it's unlikely that we're going to see another alt season like we typically get. And the reason for this is because when altcoins are really mooning, they're taking a lot of that volume out of Bitcoin's market. People like to forget that the reason why these altcoins go up in the first place is specifically because of the fact that Bitcoin goes up in value and there's money going back into that market. So when altcoins are all going crazy and having their rallies, it's draining out of Bitcoin's volume and it's going into these altcoins. Now, a lot of people will make the argument that it's good for the market because these altcoins are getting new money into them, and people just for some reason have the idea that these altcoins are going to overtake Bitcoin, which I just have to say that that's completely crazy and false. Remember that Bitcoin is the driver of the cryptocurrency market, and to be honest, we'll be lucky to see maybe 10% of these cryptocurrencies around after the real bubble pops and the hype dies out. So it's just the same as the internet bubble and basically any other bubble beforehand that we've ever been able to chart and trade. It's the fact that most of these projects are basically worthless and don't really have much of a real world value. There will be some that come on, and some of them are going to stay. Don't get me wrong, I do have lots of beliefs in crypto and high hopes for it. However, the majority of these coins are basically crap and they're not going to be around. So for some of you guys that are very keen on hodling and accumulating some of these, be very careful because we don't know how long this is going to last. That's why I personally like to trade using technical analysis. I can get a couple long holds that I feel are very important based off of fundamentals. However, for the most part, I'm just trading the volatility because I feel like it's more accurate. Crypto is a very speculative market. Nobody really knows how high it's going to go. Nobody knows how low it's going to go. So it's important to have a strategy and stick to it. My strategy just so happens to be technical analysis. I decided that I was going to pick a couple altcoins that I feel have a lot of potential over the next little while and do some technical analysis on them. Those coins are going to be Bitcoin, BitShares, Tron, and Cardano. These are a couple coins that I feel like are going to really be performing well over the next little while. So if we come in here, I'm going to pull up some charts on my screen. We'll start with Tron. Now, Tron was just recently announced and listed on BitMEX, so I'm expecting a bunch of new money to be flowing into this market cycle. BitMEX allows leverage trading anywhere from 1 to 100x leverage, so this allows a lot of new institutional money to get inside of crypto. Taking a look here, I've already drawn my TA, so we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave sequence, followed by an ABC retracement back onto support. Now, this support zone also falls directly on the 88% Fibonacci level. The 88% Fibonacci level is a very, very good target when it comes to these cryptos. A lot of the times after the hype cycle, they will retrace 70, 80, even 90% from their all-time high. And so what I found is the 786 and the 88.3% Fibonacci are the most accurate ones to use when it comes to setting targets in catching the dip and buying the bottom. What we have here is prices rally. and then they retrace back to the 88.3, and then we get a little bit of a relief rally and new volume comes in. Now this relief rally shows that there's new money coming into the market because they're buying up these cheap lows. So that's why we see this new influx of buy volume coming back in. Now prices do the relief rally and then they retrace back onto support once more. Now prices have basically landed back on that 88.3. They haven't gone quite as low the second time, which also shows that there is strong buyers in this market that are holding the price up. Let's get rid of my fib here. Now, we see the prices after the relief rally, they started falling in this falling wedge pattern. So these falling wedges, they happen a lot in crypto. And what we're actually starting to see is towards the bottom of this support, we're getting this breakout of this falling wedge pattern. Now, this is actually a reversal pattern and a continuation pattern. So what I expect to see, the 23%, the 38%, and the 50% fib are a couple of my a couple of my targets for this actual breakout. I expect prices to have a little bit of a relief and then retrace before we go and start more bullish upside to come. So Tron is one I'm watching out for. We're in a great zone for accumulation. We have this very strong support right here. And prices are actually right above that, breaking out of a falling wedge. So this is a reversal pattern and a continuation pattern. So I've been accumulating in these lows expecting that prices are going to go higher. So this is one coin I'm watching, mainly because of the fact that there's going to be a lot of new money coming into this market with the listing on BitMEX. Okay, so another coin I wanted to watch out for is ADA, or Cardano. Now, Cardano has actually been listed on BitMEX for a while now, but it's in a similar boat as Tron, meaning it's only made one market cycle. It's a newer coin. I think they're both top 10 on the market cap. I could be wrong, but they're all right there, at least top 20. So these are a couple coins that I see a lot of potential coming from in this next bull market through 2018. They've only had one market cycle. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave, and then we ABC retrace back onto support. Now, the difference between Cardano and Tron is the fact that Cardano actually fully retraced. A lot of the time what you can expect with these newer coins that have only made one market cycle is full retracements are very likely to happen due to the fact that a lot of the price movement is just price discovery. Prices are really searching for the true value of its project. And so what you'll happen is you'll have a lot of really, really big hyped rallies, and then they'll basically fully retrace back onto trending support. In this case, that's what we're seeing with ADA. We had this retrace back onto trending support right here. We found this momentary bottom. In this relief rally, we're actually getting a ton of bullish volume right here. Mark this with blue. We're getting tons of bullish volume in here. Now, a lot of the times what you want to see at the terminal end of a correction is you want to see new volume coming in that is much greater than the previous hype cycle's volume. So in this case, if we compare this new volume coming in to this volume, we can see that this volume is far greater than this previous hype cycle volume. And this is actually a very good sign telling us that the new money is coming in, people are buying the bottom, and this is going to start the next rally to pursue shortly after. So this is a good sign. We're seeing a strong bounce at trending support. And right here, we had, after the relief rally, we're getting another one of those falling wedge patterns. Now, prices have broken out of this falling wedge at basically support of the previous bottom here. So we're at support. We've broken out of this falling wedge fractal, and now we're actually going back up again. A couple targets to watch out for in this relief rally and this breakout would be about 17 cents to about 24 cents. Those are a couple good targets to watch out for in this relief rally. Remember, it can go higher and it can go lower. It's just something to watch out for. Those are a couple of good zones that I would expect to see either a pullback or some sort of a reaction to. Prices are breaking out, and I expect a little bit of a rally in here and then maybe a retrace after that before we go any higher. So these are a couple coins that are basically on their very bottom support. They show a lot of promise going forward due to the fact that they're listed on a very top volume exchange in BitMEX, meaning that there can be a lot of institutional investors actually looking to get into these markets here. So this was another coin that I'm watching out for, and I will be trading here. Another couple coins I wanted to talk about were exchange tokens. Now, one of my buddies, Dallin Anderson at High Altitude Investing, he actually talked about how he believes in 2018 exchange tokens are going to perform very, very well. And I agree with him. I think that 2018 is going to be a year for crypto to really start getting set in stone with society and starting to get incorporated for a lot of real world use. So these exchange tokens, it would make sense that they started to take hold and really started to fly as well. So a couple exchange tokens I've got that I'm looking at are Bitcoin is the first one. So let's go take a look at Bitcoin here. Now, Bitcoin is the exchange token for Poloniex, and I see a lot of potential in this market. Every time prices rally and touch this trend line, we get a nice pump and a new bull run and market cycle in its place. So if we come in here, we had the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave sequence, and then ABC retrace back onto support. And then once we got onto trending support, we did the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave sequence, followed by an ABC retrace in this downward pointing wedge. We've actually broken out of this downward pointing wedge and landed back on trending support. So this to me is a very strong bullish indicator, meaning that we could see a lot more upside to come. A couple short-term targets for this breakout would actually be here at the 236, here at the 38%, and then at the 50% up here. These are a couple short-term breakout targets that I expect could be filled. Overall, I am accumulating on this trend line due to the fact that it's at a low point that shows a lot of demand through previous price history. I'll take some profits as it rises, but overall I'm in accumulation mode, waiting for the next hype cycle to pursue. So this is a coin that I'm watching out for, mainly because I think 2018 will be a very, very telltale year for these exchange tokens. Now, the last exchange token on my list that I wanted to talk about is actually going to be BitShares. Now, I know that there's a couple other exchange tokens to watch out for, such as Binance Bit. However, for this one, I'm going to be talking about BitShares due to the fact that we have seen some recent gains over the last few days. It's actually one of the biggest movers on CoinMarketCap. So let's come in here and take a look. So BitShares, we had a type cycle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave. And then we had this retrace, A, B, C, D, E, back to support. Now, this is why it's so important to take profits in crypto, because look at these things. They just moon and then fully retrace. So this is why, to me, the hodling technique doesn't really work all that well unless you're a seasoned trader who knows when to take profits. It can work when it's in a bull market and everything's going up, but if you don't know how to take profits at the top, you're never going to make any money doing this. We have this retracement. Price lands back onto trending support, and then we have the relief rally. Just like basically all of the other cryptos, after the relief rally, we go into this falling wedge pattern. And now, once prices get back onto that trending support, we actually had a breakout. So this breakout is indicating that we're going to have a short-term reversal. A couple things to watch out for. We have this very strong descending resistance in here. So here at about 25 cents, I would expect either a break through that area, or we'll get a retrace, maybe even back down here to about 20 cents. But this is a strong area of resistance to watch out for with BitShares. Before we can look to attempt looking at all-time highs, we have to break through this big, strong descending resistance. But overall, there's lots of bullish signals in this market. So far, we've bounced off of trending support once, and now we've bounced off of it twice. The second bounce was a breakout of a falling wedge, which is a reversal pattern as well as a continuation pattern. And now we're starting to get some more bullish movement on the upside. A big descending resistance here, so if we can come up and break through this, that's going to be very, very bullish overall. So that's an area that I'm actually watching for. But overall, a lot of the coins look like they're picking up. These exchange tokens, I think that they're going to perform very, very well. I know BitShares doesn't have a ton of volume, but remember that crypto is very small right now. We don't necessarily know which coins are going to maintain their trend and hold through, and which coins are going to fall off. And so that's going to be decided when Bitcoin actually finishes its bear market and starts moving on the upside itself. So Bitcoin's going to be the tell of all takes here. For right now, I'm starting to see a lot of bullish signals coming back into the market. We're getting these lows and we're breaking from these lows at support, and we're starting to make short-term reversals. So we'll see what price can really do in this short term that we're in. But overall, the market's looking good. It looks like Bitcoin might be at a bottom. We might be looking at a short-term reversal. And so whatever it does, it's gonna the alts will follow. It's all because of Bitcoin. So the big one to watch is gonna be Bitcoin. However, for the most part, we are getting a lot of bullish signals. These are my coins that I chose to pick this week's Monday market overview. These were a couple coins that I found really intriguing that caught my eye. I believe that these exchange tokens will be very big for 2018. And a lot of these other coins that are listed on BitMEX itself will be good due to the fact that there's going to be a lot of influx of new money coming into the market. These are coins that have relatively new market cycles, being the ones on BitMEX, and so I expect to see a lot of hype generating in these next moves. Okay guys, so this is the end of my video. If you liked this video, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.